All right, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started today. This is the video you want to watch if you want to shift your reality. Okay. A lot of people, they talk about shifting their reality, but do they really follow through on certain techniques or certain things that really might help? And do they administer a wonderful mindset that keeps them alive, that sustains themselves, right? So I think it's really, really key and crucial to be able to tap into this perfect conundrum. Okay. All right. So let's get started today. I think this is going to be a very, very important topic, and we stand here today not as just observers of this thing, but as creators. Okay. Think of yourself as creators and co-creators of a profound experiment. Okay. The art and science of consciousness itself. Okay. Let's get started today. Oh man, I'm excited. This is fantastic. Consciousness. Okay. Consciousness, my friends, is not a mystery to the ancients, for they have mapped its subtleties across the ages, leaving us with the keys to this grand energy that underpins all of existence. You know, this energy, this essence of life, is far beyond the gross energies that modern physics explores, because even the most intricate forces of nuclear power pale in comparison to the subtle, infinite life force known as prana, chi, uh, orgone, as we called it in Orgone October, right? Orgone, this life force energy. Imagine this energy is the pulse of creation, the breath of the universe itself. Okay. So, reality shifting. Okay. So, imagine that, like the philosopher Henri Bergson said, okay, élan vital, right? Vital energy. I mean, Mesmer called it animal magnetism, and he got a lot of BS for it, correct? So these pioneers, like the yogis and mystics before them, recognized that life force energy flows through us, that through every being, through every molecule, there's a force that transcends the limitations of the physical and calls and summons us into this boundlessness. Hello? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you on here today. This is going to be an amazing transmission. I can already tell. My energy is bubbling up through all of my chakra points right now. And I'm here to teach. Let's get it. Through meditation, we're not simply calming the mind, we are activating, accumulating. Okay. Accumulating and elevating this energy, raising its frequency like a symphony, tuning to the music of the divine. This is Kundalini rising, not just up our spines, but through the dimensions of reality, right? Creating a harmony, aligning mind, body, and soul, right? So this is a person, okay? This is the worst drawing ever. Uh, I'm using my laptop, guys, my little mouse pad on it, okay? Okay. Let's say that they're meditating, they're oming. Let's say they're oming, okay? They're going om, ah, right? They're going all the way in and they're creating this reverberation, this energy vital. right? This is flowing through them. They're tuning into the symphony, right? Becoming a catalyst for a miracle. And as this is happening, he's getting like these electric shocks up the spine, right? Like a snake hissing. Okay. So this creates a harmony aligning mind, body, and soul. And we become the vessels for healing, channels for transformation, and catalysts for miracles. Because this energy itself is the substrate of existence itself. You can call it infinite potential. You can call it the 0 point field if you want to get really scientific. But as we gather here, let's not underestimate the revolutionary act of this simple yet profound science. To meditate together is to unite in love and focus. So to break the chains of egoic fear, aggression, and separation that have shackled humanity for so long. In unity, we create an exponential amplification of this life force energy. We create a field of liberation, not just for ourselves, but for the entire world. So this is not just an experiment, it's a revolution of life energy, a restoration of harmony, awakening, as Shunyamurti would say. Okay. So let's channel this energy to heal the planet. And in doing so, we become the creators that we were destined to be. Okay. So this is Uncle Makara's tough love hour. So buckle up, Buttercup. Okay. All right, let's get started. Let me see. Okay. Plenty people watching. Okay. Yo, Ryan G. Cute. Thank you, babe. Uh, okay, so the new age is like the idolatry of control. I'm in charge, I run this, I manifest this shit, bro. But let me ask you this. If you are a king without control, you're a slave in a robe. God did not put you here to be passive, waiting for some golden elevator to heaven. He said, rule this earth. And y'all demonize words like manifest, but you're out here manifesting your mess daily with your fears, complaints, and, woe is me vibes. Manifestation isn't new age. The iPhone is new age, okay? The manifestation is biblical. Paul said to think on things that are noble and praiseworthy, right? I think is let me see if I have the reference for that. Philippians 4:8. Okay. And those are my numbers. Those are my numbers. Okay. That's my destiny life path number. Okay. Think on things that are noble and praiseworthy. What you dwell on takes root and bears fruit. So stop planting weeds in your mental garden. You've got to perceive the negativity as an animated cartoon. Most Christians, I would say, are stuck surviving, hoping for heaven, while the New Agers are out here stealing, the Christian spiritual tools and using them to build empires. And what's the church doing? Right? Handing out the milk of survival when they should be dishing out the meat of dominion. I mean, power isn't about being passive, right? It's about stepping into your God-given authority. And faith isn't delusional by worldly well, faith is delusional by worldly standards, but faith is not delusional by heavenly or divine standards, right? It's like buying the house you've always wanted. It's like walking into battle like the land is already yours. That's the energy. Faith isn't reacting to your reality, it's creating your reality by aligning with the divine truth. Okay. Okay, listen. This is a big law. Big law alert! It's a big one. Okay. The problem isn't the tool, guys, right? Just because you got drunk one night and crashed your jet ski doesn't mean the jet ski is evil now and demonic, right? It means that you were a bad driver and you were inebriated. So the problem isn't the tool, it's the operator. You want to use God's gifts, then use them under submission. Otherwise, you'll jack up your life and then you'll blame the government, blame the system. It's the Matrix's fault. So your life mirrors your expectations. Okay, set big, bold, God aligned goals. Okay, God goals. I got my God goggles on with my God goals that are going to manifest. Okay, so stop obsessing over your problem because your energy feeds the problem. Ignore the enemy. Ooh, starve them with your attention. That's not your problem now. You flip the script, you see obstacles as ingredients. Obstacles are the way, right? Not excuses for failure, but instead you're orchestrating, you're not reacting. You're the conductor of the orchestra, not that chaotic that like violin, it's trying to creep into your life symphony, and you're like, bro, that's so annoying, that violin. Can you learn to play it, please, at least? Right? And you're like, right? And it's awful. And it's like, oh, it's like nails on a chalkboard, right? It's like I can't listen to that. But this isn't about playing small. It's about, or you're not like waiting for permission. You're royalty. You're divine royalty. Now you act like it because life is responding to your commands. So make sure you're giving your mind the right commands. Okay. So, did you know that reality is like a pet waiting to be trained? You've been taught that it's a stubborn beast or something, but it's a loyal little puppy. It's wagging its tail, it's waiting for your command. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even know that they're the ones holding the leash. Instead, they blame the leash, the puppy, the universe for dragging them around. All right, listen close, guys. Reality. Uh, I can't believe I have to explain this to some of you, but this really, hey, guys, reality is mostly non-physical. Okay. 99.9999999999999. Okay. Sounded German there. Nine, right? Um, percentage, energy and space, just waiting for you to mold it, right? So your thoughts, emotions, and focus, that's the leash. Wow. That's the doggy leash, right? It keep them weak or scattered in life drags you, keep them sharp, intentional, aligned, and then you're walking reality like a boss, through your favorite park like a boss, through the mall like a boss, right? People pray and ask God for forgiveness and they sin again, and then God will forgive them for everything, where it's not everything. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That made me crack up. Stop punching walls expecting them to change, right? Like work on the inner game. Okay. This is, yeah. Your inner world is the blueprint. Okay. Thoughts, feelings, and focus create your physical world. So inner chaos is outer chaos. You you can't live with low vibes all the time and expect high vibe results, right? So energy's a matching game. It's like if you keep your vibe clean, the universe plays very fair with you. If the vibe gets messed up and life swings you like a pendulum, right? You can't fight that, right? If you fight the pendulum swing, it's going to be even more resistance. You got to go with it. Learn to move on, learn to move the mind forward into the present moment now, into the present. That was then, now is now, that was then, now is now. I'm flowing with the present current, right? Hustle when it's time, chill when it's not, baby. right? Hustle when it's time, chill when it's not. What you focus on grows. We know this. We've seen it on every single spiritual meme post, everything. But a lot of people, they don't see it that way. They water the weeds and they'll, you know, it'll choke out their garden. So you got to put your care into dreams. Then it'll sprout faster than bamboo, right? Bamboo grows really fast. So think of the physical world like molasses. You know, it takes longer to catch up to your vibe, but it will catch up. Just stay consistent. Stay consistent and don't panic. That's it. Well, saying don't panic is kind of counterproductive because then you think about panic. So I would just say peace. Infinite waters diving deep, right? So stop acting like a lost tourist in your own reality. Learn the rules, drive the chariots like the god or goddess that you are, and the universe bends to the bold. So stop tiptoeing, claim your space, and start walking your dreams into your existence. Because the leash was always in your hands, right? Now it's just time to pull it. Time is the wildest beast that you'll ever ride because guess what? It's your time to tame it. It's your job to tame it, I mean. Every tick of the clock isn't a countdown, it's an open door to a level up or a mess up. So you're here for a reason. This is not some random cosmic accident that you're on this video. You are not some lost pup sniffing around for scraps, right? You've got purpose baked into your DNA, man. And you know, time is the field where you plant or waste that potential. And most folks and most fellas, they stuck complaining, binging TV, sleepwalking through life. But you, there's more. There's a price to pay for growth. And yeah, growth sounds like, you know, just eat your veggies, but it's actually the ticket to a life that doesn't suck, right? So if you think of your body as your vahana, your ride through this dimension, your Merkaba, you treat it like a beat up rental Merkaba, right? and then it'll break down for you. You feed it junk food, you overwork it, you ignore it when it cries, right? Well, guess what? You're out of the game early. You got to discipline it like a rookie on your team. You train it, you nourish it, you respect its needs. Yo, you got this. Or it'll punk you out when you need it the most. So your emotions are like a sound system. Ooh, I like that. Emotions are the soul's Wi-Fi signal. That's fantastic. Okay. Tune them right, you're going to create symphonies. Tune them wrong, leave them on autopilot, it's going to blast static. Fear, some crappy pop song that you don't even listen to, right? That's your Michelin starred meal. Okay. The more beautiful your emotions, the more epic your life becomes. I'm telling you. Criticism, envy, grudges, that's junk food for the soul. You guys get that? That's fast food for the soul. So entertainment is like a double-edged sword. If you're glued to that TV or you're doom scrolling, I get it, right? It's fun to do. But you're feeding on mental junk food. So yeah, we just have to admit that, right? Yeah. We're what? We're social media junkies, right? Hey, you got to own up to it, right? I'm owning up to it. You got to own up to it. We scroll, we go through the phone, we waste time looking at some video, then click on a recommended video, and then watch like 4 seconds of the other one, and then we don't like it, and so we go to another, right? And then your time's worth, well, your time's worth is your life's worth. So, and it's more than just cheap distractions, right? You could be reading a book or, you know, doing something else, but that's not to judge you. You know, you can do whatever you want with your time. If you want to lay around all day, maybe it's your purpose to lay around all day, you know? So straight up, like, hey, Beauty ain't optional, baby. Life without beauty is like a meal with no flavor. You're not here to just survive. You're here to make art out of this all. Whether you're an artist or not, whether it's the way you dress, the way you love, the way you build your world, beauty is the secret weapon that makes life worth living because I mean, that's your recipe right there. Simplicity, elegance, a touch of grace. So simple, but so profound, making every moment count. And time's the arena, and you're the gladiator. So if you sharpen the mind, you stepping into the ring. You own your life and you're here to live. So you have to be savage, gentle, but above all, please be alive. Okay? Please be alive. I'm about to drop some fiery shamanic truth bombs on this Yogi Gold. These are words from Parahamsa Yogananda. Okay? I don't know why I said it like that, but hey, we're about to step in. And this is, of course, through my own lens of a flow state catalyst, a coach. I would say I don't say this in a very egotistical way, and I'm going to explain later why with Neville Goddard's words. But I'm going to tell you right now that I am the best flow state guide on earth. And if you disagree with me, then you can challenge me and prove me wrong. I would love to speak to you. And if you are one of the greatest, then why are you not on my team, brother or sister? Okay? Because we're here creating, well, we're not even creating magic because life is magic, right? It's only been put into a box, right? But anyway, okay. You want to know what makes someone truly dear to God, right? A lot of people might say, oh, it's the rituals, it's the words, it's the robes, it's about your vibe, your essence, right? So a true yogi, listen, a true yogi they don't have beef with anybody, none. Not even the shady dude who cut them off in traffic or the so-called enemy plotting their downfall. Why? Because they see through the masks. They don't just see a person, they see God playing dress up in everyone, the friend, the enemy, the lover, the hater. Whoa, that's next level flow state right there. So most people live their lives like seagulls fighting over scraps. Mine, 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 mine. But a yogi, they can float up, levitate, right? Like like a floating seagull, right? Meditating seagull over that noise. Oh, I get it. It's yours. Okay. That's funny, right? Up here, you're looking at people fighting from scraps down there. Now, you're not in the scrap fighting. So that's why you can look and laugh, but you have to also be humble, right? Because that's the thing. Hey, all the cards go back in the same box. All the, chess pieces go back in the same box after this thing. Get what I mean? So, hey, a yogi rides the waves with a steady heart. Pain doesn't shake them, and pleasure doesn't make them giddy like a like super like up. I don't know how to even explain that, right? Like ultra zesty. Um, there's zesty and then there's ultra zesty, right? So they're sipping divine bliss. And once you've tasted that nectar, the world's petty dramas just don't hit the same. The yogi doesn't disturb the world, and the world doesn't disturb the yogi. They're like a mountain, unshakable by storms. No pointless worries clogging up their vibe. They radiate peace, and the world can't help but chill in their presence. And trust me, that's a power move. You think joy is in the paycheck, the praise, or praise hands on Instagram. Wrong. That's a cheap thrill. Yogi is not about that. They're like A billionaire who doesn't sweat over small change. They're hooked on the infinite supply of spirit. And no material shiny thing can compete because they've seen the real gold. Okay, that's fool's gold, as you'd say, right? The world might love you today and trash you tomorrow. A yogi doesn't care. Fame doesn't puff them up, and criticism doesn't break them down. And this is all coming from Yogananda's mentality, man. They're playing for a bigger audience. God. What if God was your audience? Woo! Let's make this the best movie ever, right? I have no social media. Good, babe. Then no one can contact you. Whoa! Okay, I'm just playing. But really no. But really no. Um, when you're aligned to the divine, right? You don't need anybody else's applause because the glow speaks for itself. Unconditional love. Love is love like a boss, right? I'm enlightened like a boss. Go to gym like a boss. Saying I win like a boss, right? Just keep going, right? A yogi loves without conditions. It's all the same. Friend, enemy, stranger. They see the beloved, the divine mother, um, in every face. And that this isn't, it's not that Hallmark Disney love. That's cute, that's nice. But this is like fierce and pure, right? Because they serve others not for praise, but because serving others is serving God. And that's some next level heart chakra magic for you right there. Because a yogi doesn't need a palace or buffet to feel rich. They're content with whatever life gives them because their real treasure is inside. You guys understand why this is the remote control of your reality right now? You can be truly free. You can be truly unshakable. Realizing this is God's dream, a wild, vibrant, and sometimes crazy movie. Okay? Very crazy movie. The extra scenes, too many weird action, side quests, random plot twists, weird violence, right? Strange authority figures, okay? Bizarre moments, right? Trying not to be embarrassed in the middle of class or whatever, right? Our old memories, okay? The yogi laughs at all of it, staying steady in the chaos and never forgetting the real star of the show, the divinity within you. So you want to be dear to God. Got to love fiercely, drop the ego, and live like a warrior yogi. On fire with spirit. That's the path. No, go walk it, or better yet, dance it, right? Dance and dance and dance. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if you guys know that meme. Anyway, dance and dance and dance and dance and dance and dance and. Okay. What is Primal Sutra approach? Primal Sutra's approach is integration over exclusion. What do we mean by this? Okay. Look, Primal Sutra does not reject the teachings of any spiritual figure. Instead, we view them as expressions of different states of human and cosmic consciousness. It represents that each teaching arose from its context and invites us to adapt its essence to modern realities. For example, Muhammad's decisions as a political leader, Jesus's use of provocative metaphors, Buddha's non-action on systemic issues, right? All of those are like understood as context-specific strategies rather than timeless absolutes. So the emphasis is on evolutionary spiritual intelligence. Intelligence. where doctrines are seen as dynamic rather than static. Okay? The doctrines are always changing because time is changing, moving. You mean I can't add my own thing to this text? That's fine. That's fine for me, right? I'll respect that. At the same time, I think there's such a beauty in people speaking about it and sharing their version of it, because unity and diversity is what India is founded on, but also this radical inclusivity. I mean, it's really the divine thread that connects all traditions, right? Like Jesus claims exclusivity, I am the way. Primal Sutra would explore the mystical meaning of that way, right? As a state of union with the divine, accessible to all paths. Now, Omnism celebrates the validity of all spiritual traditions, recognizing their strengths and weaknesses reflect the human condition, right? So Buddha, had a reluctance to ordain women, or Muhammad's contextual actions are not dismissed but understood through an omnis lens as part of a journey in an imperfect world. So you might approach and combine Muhammad's sense of justice, Jesus's sacrificial love, and Buddha's insight into suffering so that you have this moral framework now, right? And you're rising above division. Instead of figuring out which way is better, we recognize they all have contributed to humanity's spiritual evolution. And using the wisdom of the past to address modern challenges without being bound by outdated paradigms. Okay? It's like a lot of the non-believers are better believers than the believers, and that's a weird thing to say, right? So, engage with the heart of each teaching. Okay? Jesus' love, Muhammad's community building, Buddha's liberation, not the surface level debates, not the who is right, but how can we grow together? You see? You've heard whispers in the winds and the roaring in the hearts of the seekers everywhere. The world teachers are returning. The world teachers are returning. It might be you. And they're not bound by the robes of the past. They are us, they are you. They are Primal Sutra, the spark of the sacred primal within each being, fusing our wild nature with divine wisdom. Across the eons, when humanity cried out in chaos, leaders emerged to embody archetypes we most needed. Krishna spoke of duty and cosmic order. Buddha revealed the middle way, balancing desire and liberation. Jesus ignited hearts with a sacrificial love that tears down barriers. And what if I told you these teachers weren't lone figures, but facets of a universal principle? The divine consciousness principle, pure, radiant, timeless. This is woven through every teaching and now rises again in us all. So Primal Sutra isn't a path, it's a return. It's a return to the evolution of the world teacher's work. Stripped of dogma, reborn in action. It's the Christ principle without the shackles of one's religion. It's the Buddha's compassion without retreat from the world. It's the Krishna's wisdom unchained from rituals. It is the all and the none, the storm and the stillness. It is time. It is time. The teachers are not coming as solitary avatars. They are walking amongst us now. They are rising within the tribes of seekers. We are their vessels, their voice, their hands in action. And you, my savage poets of spirit, are here to co-create a world of love, power, transcendence. So let's fuse mysticism with action, shattering these old paradigms of waiting for salvation. The world is ready for this now. We're at the cusp of the Aquarian age, where interconnectedness is no longer a spiritual cliche, right? It's a felt truth in the body. Technology crises, right? Collapse of archaic systems, archonic loosh farms, okay, whatever. Okay? It's revealed our collective oneness. The world's teacher's return isn't a flash from the heavens, it's an ignition of the fire within. It's the primal roar calling to us. Nation, creed, race. These are chains of the Piscean age. We see our shared core, the light of consciousness that burns beyond form. So let's not deny our instincts or suppress our power anymore. Primal Sutra encourages you to channel your own raw energy into divine flow. Wildness disciplined by wisdom. Okay? You are the bridge between heaven and earth, and that's a little wild to say, but I'm going to say it. The Christ principle, the Buddha's wisdom, the Krishna's vision flow through your choices, your art, your work. And it's not about passive prayer, it's about primal savage alignment. And the time is now. Okay, the time is now. It really is. But will you step into your role? Will you be a teacher, a world teacher of your sphere, your tribe, your community? You're born with the art of talking. People can use it. Talk to me. People don't need just text me. Yeah. Big Y. What's up, dog? Nice. All right. We are the world teachers. You know, the age is here. Your evolution is the key. Right, guys? Primal Sutras is the scripture of fire. It's the primal howl beneath, ow, underneath the moon. It's the sutra you write daily with the ink of your choices, my friends. The Christ within you isn't waiting. It's awake. It's roaring for a world where unity reigns, where mystics wield logic and warriors carry compassion. Time is now, and the world waits for you to shine. Savage and divine. Savage and divine. Osa! Wow, what a great lecture. I feel refreshed. Do we have any questions? Okay. Reality shifting. Shift outside of the reality. Okay, shift outside of. I want to read a little poem to you guys. Is that okay? About Primal Sutra. This is very special to me. So let me just close this. Okay. If you put your palms out like this, you might receive the energy. Okay. You might also do Gyan Mudra if you want the wisdom from this energy. Or you can also put hands over your heart if you want to crystallize it more towards your heart space energy. Or you can just put your hands to your side. That's fine. Or put them like thumbs next to each other. Okay. You ready to receive? Yes. Okay, good. All right, guys, get ready. Primal Sutra. No renunciation of the old, but their sacred metamorphosis untold. A bridge woven of the timeless and the now, where whispers of wisdom through ages endow. Reborn in the pulse of modern creation, a rhythm of becoming, a bold revelation. Not merely a path that leads to source, but a dance eternal, a primal course. In this raw, unvarnished human sphere, oneness unfolds both distant and near. The divine and earthly in union converge, a symphony of shadow and light emerge. Guiding seekers not to flee nor stray, but to embody truth in flow's display. Here in the sutra, the infinite abides, where the heart of the cosmos eternally resides. Primal Sutra is the Jeet Kune Do of the soul, a formless form. Born of the wisdom of all paths, yet bound by none. It is omnism made effortless, a tapestry woven from the truths of many, stripped of dogma, rich in essence. Here, complexity bows to clarity, for spiritual mastery need not be labyrinthine. Ooh, that's a word, labyrinthine, okay? It is the art of simplicity, the fusion of fierce action, quiet surrender, the marriage of shadow and light, the dance of divine flow and raw humanity. Primal Sutra speaks to the seeker of wholeness, the warrior tired of endless paths that fragment the spirit. It does not offer salvation but mastery, a way to wield the energies of all traditions without succumbing to their weight. It is the lineage of no lineage. The Buddha's wisdom walks with Shiva's fire. The Christ's compassion merges with Kali's roar. And the self dissolves into oneness of pure primal action and creation. It is not for the faint of heart, but for those who desire the infinite made practical, the cosmos channeled into the rhythms of their days. Here in the simplicity of the sutra, the adept becomes a master of their flow, an alchemist of their reality, the bridge between heaven, earth, and the vast expanse of their being. So this is not a path to follow. Primal Sutra, the path you create. It's the martial art of the spirit, where the only mastery is your own unfolding, and the only truth is what you embody. Let's get it. Upward Spiral gang. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. You got this. We got this. Upward Spiral gang. May we never be the same again. Okay, guys. Make sure you share this with a friend. I might be doing another podcast with Shiva Shambho later today. So that's going to be exciting. Stay tuned for that. Let's get it.